economics. I'm starting from the page number, that is page number 66 over there. Now let's start from the WTO was started at the initiative of dash countries, that is the developed countries, and the aim of the WTO is to make the rules for international trade, and WTO established rules regarding dash for all the countries. So definitely for international trade for all the countries to be obeyed, and sees that they are obeyed. In practices, trade between countries, all countries, and sees that the definitely the rule have been obeyed, and in practices the trade between the trade between countries is not fair, and then developing countries like India have dash, they have to remove the trade barriers, whereas the developing countries in many cases they have continued to provide protection to their producer. So this is a problem with the developed countries. Definitely they started this WTO for the benefit of international trade, and they are saying it is just to make the fair trade among all the countries. But definitely the developed nation, they are having you can say wrong practices, like giving more money, giving more protection to their farmer, and the farmer of developed nation is providing all the product in the international market at very low price due to the help from their government. So this is the problem over there. Now the impact of globalization in India. So what is the impact of globalization in India? That question can be asked. And what are the you can say critical analysis of globalization, impact of globalization in India, that can also be said. So in the first 20 years, globalization of Indian economy has come a long way. What has been its effect on the life of the people? Let's look at some of the evidence. So now things will be explained with the help of some examples over. Globalization and greater competition among producers, both local and foreign producer, has been of advantage to consumer, particularly the well-off section in the urban area. There is a greater choice before these consumer who now enjoy improved quality and the lower prices for several products. As a result, these people today enjoy much higher standard of living than it was possible earlier. So globalization creates competition. How competition is there? Because globalization means coming of all the multinational corporation into your country. They are entering, they are providing goods and services, they are competing with the local producer. Local producer is also providing goods and services to the consumer. Multinational corporation also using their technology and provide goods and services to the consumer. So consumer are having more choice. They are having choice for local product and multinational product also. So definitely the multinational product, they are considered as more, they are considered as with a high price, and multinational product, definitely they are having high prices. They represent the standard of living, and they are considered as a brands. And if you are going with the brands in respect of clothes and all the other things, then definitely that indicates high standard of living of the people. And many people in metro cities, you can say, they are also after brand, and that is the true indicator of their well off and their good standard of living. So there is a greater choice among the consumer, definitely the well of consumer, because well of consumer are having the choice. They can purchase the product of local market, and they can also purchase the product of multinational corporation. Now, why the well of consumer is only considered over there? Well off means the consumer who are good, who belong to rich or middle, you can say upper middle section. So they are well off, they are having sufficient money to purchase the product of multinational companies. So in this way, and consumer are having quality wise product, because definitely multinational corporation using technology, and technology is giving the high quality product, improved product. So as a result, the people today enjoy high standard of living, and then it was earlier before. And now the craziness for the imported product also decreased, because now the same multinational corporation, they are providing the product of the same brand in the country. Definitely it has been always argued that the imported product that has been, or the product belong to multinational corporation, they are not that much of good quality as they are producing in their own country. It is also always an argument it is always going for the argument for the multinational corporation products. So in this way, consumer is happy because they are having high quality product, they are having lots of choices. So definitely lots of choices definitely decrease the price. Even if the supply is more than demand, then definitely it will be the case of decrease in price. Now the next thing is for regarding producer and worker. So the impact of globalization has not been uniform. So firstly, the multinational corporation has increased their investment in India over the last 20 years, definitely, which means investing in India has been beneficial for them. How beneficial for them? Because the people are investing, the people belong to foreign countries, they are investing in India, and they are providing, they are purchasing each and everything, and started production over there, so they are providing employment, and definitely that is a way of getting foreign exchange also. Multinational corporations have been interested in the industries such as cell phone, automobiles, electronics, soft drinks, fast food, services such as banking in urban areas, and these products have a large number of well-off buyer, and in these industries and services now new jobs have been created as local companies supplying raw material to these industries have prospered. So likewise you can see that they are interested in, if you will point out the companies, then definitely cell phone, they are all the luxurious item in which multinational corporations are interested. They want to open the bank, they want to carry on the bank even, but in the urban area where the well-off people are used to live over there, they are not considering. Multinational corporation doesn't they are not doing any effort for the development of the economy so that they can start the production in the underdeveloped area of the nation or of the country. In Haryana, you can say the Gurgaon is the main target for the multinational corporation. Why? Because it is near to the airport and many facilities are there. First of all, the government invested over there for upgrading the infra. In after that, many multinational corporation entering the just entered the Gurgaon, and then they are basically which is known as a Gurugram nowadays, and that Gurugram basically in the Gurugram now many multinational corporations are there, but after the so much investment by the government for infrastructure. So local, what is the role of local companies over there? So this is the role of local companies, that local companies are providing raw material. They are providing raw material, spare parts, or making the some part of their main product and supply it to the multinational corporation. Definitely the brand and all the benefit and all the goodwill will go to the multinational corporation, but not to the local company. They are just like the service to the this multinational corporation, and multinational corporation in return of that providing employment over there. Now secondly, there is a story also regarding that steps to attract foreign investment. In recent year, the central and state government in India are taking special steps to attract foreign companies to invest in India. Definitely, many efforts have been taken by the just current Prime Minister also for attracting the foreign investment, and steps has been taken by all the Prime Minister, all the ministers of the India to just attract the foreign investment, just to earn the foreign exchange. They can have the easily, this is the easy way of getting the foreign exchange and employment also in your country, upgraded technology in your country. So now industrial zones called special economic zones are being set up. So what is special economic zone? These are the special economic zone. A particular area of the country is considered as special economic zone. There all the facilities will be available from the side of the government. Basically the special economic zones are basically they are belong to the underdeveloped area, and for just doing the development of that area, government is giving so much benefit to those companies who are starting their production activities over there. Like they are having tax holidays, many they are having some many exemption on every type of taxes, and they are having everything at a very concessional rate, and subsidies has been given by the government. Likewise many facilities given by the government, but infra is not that much developed in that area. So special economic zone are to have world class facilities, electricity, water, road, transport, storage, recreational and education facilities, and companies who set up production units in special economic zone do not have to pay taxes for initial days of the 5 years. So that year have been changed, this particular limit has been changed also from time to time. So special economic zone they are having the facilities like if electricity is there, then they will have the electricity at concessional rate, water, roads, everything that has been developed by the definitely that has been effort by the government, but it is not easy to carry on all type of economic activity over there, like in the plain area, like in the non special economic zone area. So definitely they are facing some problem over there. That is why special economic zone are getting benefit, and the companies which are to be set up over there, they are having the facilities in the in terms of having concession in all the bills, electricity, water, and like transport, storage, in all type of facility they are having some benefit, and facilities has to be provided by the government over there. Now government has also allowed flexibility in the labor laws to attract foreign investment. Definitely this is the problem for the poor people also, like the say work limit or time period is not fixed, their holidays are not fixed. Likewise, as you have noticed that if you are working in multinational corporation, definitely they are providing you the salary, but they are taking work and they are just getting overtime from all the labor over there, and holidays are also not defined over there. So you have seen in chapter 2 that companies in the organized sector have to obey certain rule that aims to protect the workers. Now, rights in the recent year, the government has allowed companies to ignore many of these. Instead of hiring working on regular basis, company hire workers flexibility for short period so that they won't become the regular worker or permanent worker of that particular multinational corporation. And there is a intense pressure of work, and this is to be reduce the cost of the labor for the company. However, still not satisfied, foreign companies are demanding more flexibility in labor law, which is not good for the people, poor people especially. So now, if you are working for particular more than a particular period in a particular company, in a same company, then definitely you are considered as a permanent labor, and then you can enjoy all the benefit which is which is prevailed in the labor laws. But when you are working for the very short period, then definitely you are not getting the benefit of the permanent employee, and definitely you are considered temporary, and as a temporary employee you can be exploited to a large extent by these companies. So they started their policy for having or for getting work for the short period, so that the employees won't become the permanent employee in the same company. The government has also allowed that is has been done. If there is that person that is he's representing the CEO of the multinational corporation, that now we are ready to invest. If you are doing all that, you are giving a special economic zone, a particular area of special economic zone. There we can invest, we can give all the facilities, and then we are having the liberal labor laws. This is not good for the people of the country, especially poor people. Now, secondly, several of the top Indian companies have been able to benefit from the increased competition. Now, secondly, several of the top Indian companies have been able to benefit the increased competition, and they are invested in new technology and production methods and raise their production standards. Some have gained from successful collaborations with foreign companies. So these are the several of the top Indian companies which are getting benefit. So as you can say that the impact of globalization is not uniform. That is different as per the like on consumer it is a different way, like on the poor labor it is on different way. And now we are talking about the top Indian companies. Definitely this is beneficial for them, because now top Indian companies, they want upgraded technology. They want the technology which decrease the cost and giving them the fast way to increase more production and raise their standards. So this all can be this all can be acquired by the top Indian companies with the help of multinational corporations. So definitely the top Indian companies getting the benefit, and some successful collaboration means merger of, you can say that is a you can say that foreign companies are doing business activity with this with the cooperation of this, or you can say collaboration of with this Indian companies. They are sharing their technology, money and all the facilities with each other. Moreover, globalization has enabled some large Indian companies to emerge as multinationals themselves. Now, globalization definitely make many large Indian companies to become as a multinational. And many top Indian companies now, and the CEO of many top Indian companies, owner of many top Indian companies, they have become the more richest person among that. They are on the list of the rich person, top 50 rich person. So many are there who belong to India. So now Tata Motors, Automobiles, Infosys IT, Ranbaxy Medicine, Asian Paints, and then there is a Sundaram Fasten, Nuts and Bolts, and then are some Indian companies which are spreading their operation worldwide. So they could be able to spread their work worldwide, and Reliance company also is over there, that is able to spread their work worldwide. Why? Because they are collaborating with the multinational corporation of foreign companies. Now, globalization has also created new opportunities for companies providing services, particularly those involving IT. The Indian company producing a magazine for the London-based company, and the call centers are some example. So definitely multinational corporation providing more opportunities for the companies to grow up in India. Many economic activities have been started in India due to coming of this multinational corporation in India. Now, Indian company producing magazine for the London-based company and call centers are some example over there. Besides, a host of services such as data entry, accounting, administrative tasks, engineering are now being done cheaply in countries such as India and are exported to the developed countries. Definitely, all these outsourcing activities have been done in India for the foreign countries. Many accounting work they are done over there, and then they are imported to the developed countries, because now there we are doing the cheap work. But in this time of corona, definitely all the countries want that all the business and entrepreneurs start their activities in their own country to provide more employment and to increase the GDP over there. But now there is a problem of static GDP in all the countries, definitely. So they are preferring to less investment. They are basically they are having preference to less investment in other countries, and so our country has to get geared up or develop or to upgrade the technology to increase production in their own way. But from the side of India, always initiative have been taken to get the foreign investment. Small questions are given in this box, like how has competition benefited people in India? Definitely, competition give the more product, more variety to the consumer, and they are getting the product at the cheaper price. Whenever there is a more competition, the products are to be available at the cheaper price, and definitely it is a benefit because the more competition is there, definitely for domestic companies also, if they are able to compete with this multinational corporation, then definitely their standard has been increased and their technology has been increased also in the same very way. Now, should more Indian companies emerge as a multinational corporation, how would it benefit the people in the country? So definitely the more Indian company must be spread out as a multinational corporation, so that employment, technology in all terms and foreign exchange can be earned with that. Now, why do government try to attract more foreign investment? Definitely the reason is being that they are having foreign reserve, they are having foreign currency, and nothing they has to pay back. Just to the government of India just to have give the right to this foreign investor to produce in their own way, but with some restriction. Definitely when multinational corporations are coming into a country, then definitely you in India there must be some restriction regarding the production process or regarding the labor laws and all. Otherwise they will start to control. It can be possible that it can be dangerous for the that is for the host country. And multinational corporation is a very huge corporations, and they can have more than the you can say GDP. They can have the double of the GDP of the developing nation. That is also considered as a sales or turnover. So definitely they can control the economy of the country if more advantage or more favor, and if no control on that multinational corporation in any country. Now, special economic zone, it is a question regarding special economic zone. In the setting of special economic zone has been opposed by some people in India. Find out who are these people and why are they opposing. Definitely the people in India, they are opposing the special economic zone. My people belong to opposition party, they are opposing it. And then many Indian companies, corporates of the many CEO of the Indian companies, they are opposing it, because special economic zone giving the special benefit to this foreign investment just for the purpose of having these foreign investment in the country, just this foreign investor to start up their business in the country. And in return of that they are giving various benefits to these for that multinational corporation, and that has been opposed by the definitely Indian producers. Like small producer compete or perish. Small producer are able to compete or they have been finished out from the business world. So there is a problem with the small producer. For a large number of small producer and workers, globalization has posed major challenges. Definitely they are having the major challenge. If they are able to cope up the challenge, definitely it will be beneficial for them. Otherwise they can be perished. So this is the question over there. Rising competition. Ravi did not expect that he would have to face a crisis in such a short period of his life as an industrialist, and Ravi took a loan from the bank or to start his own company producing that is capacitor in 1992 in Hosur and an industrial town in the Tamil Nadu. Now capacitor are used in many electronic item and home appliances, including tube light, television, etc. In 3 years he was able to expand production and had 20 workers working under him. Now his struggle to run his company started when the government removed all the restriction and welcoming all the multinational corporation as per its agreement at WTO in 2001. Now the problem arises for this Ravi that his main client, the television company, used to buy different components including capacitor in bulk from this multinational corporation manufacturer of the television set, and however the competition from the multinational corporation branch force the Indian television companies to move into the assembling activities of multinational corporation rather to produce their own product. Assembling work has been done by the domestic companies. For the multinational corporation, they are just to assemble all the parts and make the product for multinational corporation. What multinational corporation has to do, they just have to sell the product and for their own name, and they are having their own brands. So all the work belong to are done by the this domestic companies, but the benefit or the you can say all the favor has been taken by the multinational corporation. Now even when some of them bought capacitor, they would prefer to import, as the price of the imported item definitely was half of the price charged by the people like Ravi. So Ravi, the capacitor provided by Ravi, that was costly than the capacitor that has been imported. Now the Ravi now produce less than half the capacitor that he produced in the year 2000, and has only 7 workers are working for him, and earlier it was 20, and then now has only 7 workers working from him. And then many of the Ravi's friends in the same business in Hyderabad and Chennai have closed their units due to the coming of this multinational corporation. So now battery, capacitor, plastics, toys, tires, dairy product, and this vegetable edible oil are some example of industries where the small manufacturer have been hit hard due to the competition, because they are providing these product at very high price, because now the basic technology is not developed in your country, where the small manufacturer have been hit hard due to this competition, and several of the units have been shut down, rendering many workers jobless. And the small industries in India employ the largest number of workers, that is 20 million in the country, next only to the agriculture. Definitely the agriculture is left because it is very difficult to survive with this industry. So now the question arises, what are the ways in which the Ravi's small production unit was affected by the rising competition? Due to the rising competition, basically Ravi has to compete in terms of price of the product. The price is very high in the India, because the product are not basically produced with all the technology that has been developed in India. And if that has been all the product provided, all the capacitor provided by Ravi, that has been working, or that has been provided with the technology of India, that was costly comparatively imported item. And then the small producer, next question is, small producers such as the Ravi stop production because their cost of production is very high, and companies hire companies to produce in the other countries. So definitely the cost of production of the product is very high, and that was higher compared to the producers in the other countries. And definitely it is high because the technology has not been developed in your country. If the technology of the related product, upgraded technology of the related product developed in your own country, definitely the price will be low. If the vaccine for corona has been developed in our country, then definitely the cost will be very low. If it is imported from the other countries, developed nation, then definitely the cost will be high in that case. Now third question is, recent studies point out that small producer in India need 3 things to compete better. If they are having good roads and better roads, power, water, raw material, marketing, information, network and all, and then improvement and that is improvement and modernized technology, timely availability of credit at reasonable rate of interest. So all these facilities should be there to so that the domestic companies can develop to large extent comparatively the multinational corporation. So can you explain how many these things would be helpful? Definitely by having all these infrastructure, trade can be increased, turnover can be increased, and then transportation and all the things will be easy for the producer and at the cheaper rate. Definitely improvement and modernization of technology. Technology is very much material. Technology, it definitely affect the cost. So when there is upgraded technology, definitely there is a less cost, which is very much material for the producer. And now the timely availability of credit, that is also very important, because money is considered as a blood for the business. So whenever there is availability of credit, so that it will be easy for the producer, basically in the domestic company, in producer of the domestic economy, to produce on the time and to take all the benefits, and to take the decision which can be beneficial for the business due to the availability of credit. So definitely it is there. Due to the do you think multinational corporation will be interested in investing in these? Why? No, multinational corporation is not interested in all that. They are not interested. They are not there to upgrade your nation, upgrade India, or upgrade the technology, or to for you can say the increase the development of the country or increase the GDP of the country. They are not there. They are just there in your country to increase their own profit. So they are not interested in infra activities because that is giving not much benefit to these companies, and they are also not interested in improving the credit facilities in to all our nation. And definitely they're not there to do the research activity to upgrade the technology of a country. So definitely they're not interested. They definitely will be interested for the luxurious item, and so that they can give them more profit and only for the well of consumer. Can you think of any other step the government could take? Government should not make the special economic zone in country for for these companies. That is not good for the domestic producer, because domestic producer now that they are getting so much benefit as their special economic zones have been created for them. Special economic zone has been created by the government just to get the foreign investment from these industry and employment, and they're getting the technology over there. But it is difficult for the domestic company to survive if they are there is a government is declaring special economic zone for these multinational corporation. So what else the step government can take? Government can help these domestic company by giving more concession. And last many years government had given many benefit to these domestic companies and giving many benefit concession. But now the government is welcoming the multinational corporation and pressurizing the domestic companies to compete with this multinational corporations. And now government can also start some many uh, you can say various branches in the area which are not developed, so that credit facility will be available over there. And government can also start many research center, so technology can be developed that they can be experimented over there, and they can be easily available over there at cheapest rate. Now next thing is competition and uncertain employment. So what is that? Globalization and the pressure of the competition have substantially changed the lives of the people, of the workers. Faced with the growing competition, most employer these days prefer to employ workers flexibly. This means that worker jobs are no longer secure. Definitely workers are having very long time, very long hours, and they are not having the special definition of their holidays also. And many times they are not getting the money for their overtime. And they are not having such a right to fight against these multinational corporation to, because as you can say that multinational corporation are smarter. They are not having all these employees as a permanent employees, because they are the temporary employees, so they are not having the benefit in this way. Job work done has been has been going over in the multinational corporation. Under the job work, suppose they are working for the 3 months, then they have been retrenched, and then after that they can be hired after 3 months. So likewise multinational corporation, they have their policy that not having the permanent employee. Now let us see how the worker in the garment export industry in India are having to bear this pressure of competition. Now they are discussing the problem of this worker in this multinational corporation. So here the women are working in the garment factory. Now the women basically factory worker folding garments for export. Though globalization has created opportunities for paid work for women, the condition of employment shows that women are denied their fair share of benefit over there. So definitely many times they have been denied by the multinational corporation for many benefits as a worker. Now large multinational corporation in the garment industry in Europe and America order their product from Indian exporter. These large multinational corporations with worldwide network look for the cheapest goods in order to maximize their profit. To get these large order, Indian garment and exporter try hard to cut on their cost. Definitely, because Indian garment exporter, they want to earn more, so they want to decrease the cost to earn more profit. Now whereas the earlier a factory used to employ workers on a permanent basis, now they employ workers only on the temporary basis, just to avoid to give benefits to these permanent employees, so that they do not have to pay workers for the whole year. Workers also have to put in their long working hours and work night shift on a regular basis during the peak season, and wages are very low, and the workers are forced to work overnight to make both ends meet. and even then they are not considered as the permanent worker, and they are not getting the benefit, all the employment, all the, you can say, long term benefit from these companies. While this competition among the garment exporter has allowed the multinational corporation to make large profit, workers are denied their fair share of benefit through about by the benefit brought about by the globalization. So definitely globalization provokes multinational corporation to enter in the country, but they are not taking care of the employees who are working over there. They are taking undue advantage due to the flexible labor laws in India. Now a garment worker, 35-year-old Sushila has spent many years as a worker in the garment export industry of Delhi, and she was employed as a permanent worker over there, entitled to all the health insurance, provident fund, and overtime as a double rate. When Sushila factory closed in the late 1990s, and because in 1990s, after the 1990s, in 1991, new industrial policy have been declared, and globalization was a main part. After searching for a job for 6 months, she finally got a job 30 kilometers away from where she lives. Even after working in the factory for several years, she is a temporary worker, because every time job work has been that job work has to be get done by this Sushila, and then she has been retrenched, and again she has been hired, again then retrenched. She was not allowed to work for a long period, so that she remained as a temporary worker over there, and less than half of the what she was earning earlier. Sushila leaves her house every morning 7 days a week at 7:30 a.m. and return at 10 p.m. A day off from work means no wage. So likewise, she is not having the facility of earn leave. Also, she has none of the benefits she used to get earlier. Factories closer to her home have idly fluctuating orders, and therefore pay even less. Now, the condition of the work and the hardships of the worker described above have become common to many industries, units, and services in India. Most workers today are employed in the unorganized sector due to this entering of this multinational corporation. They are considered as unorganized sector because they are not having the defined rule for employment, and they are not following the you can say they are getting undue favor from these liberalized labor laws in India. Moreover, increasingly condition of work in the organized sector have come to resemble the unorganized sector. Workers in the organized sector such as the Sushila had no longer get the protection and benefit that they enjoyed earlier. So this is a problem with the worker. This is the situation of worker that has been described in this particular paragraph. So the first question is there: in what ways it affected the workers? Definitely, workers are not having the very good working condition, and they are not getting the benefit from this multinational corporation or Indian exporter. They are not having the salary wages. They are not having the earn leave. They are not having the long term benefit schemes. So what can be done by each of the following so that the worker can get a fair share of benefit brought by globalization? So on the government part, definitely labor law should be defined. Labor law should be there. If multinational corporations or Indian exporter, they are having the policy for not making the worker as a permanent employee, so they are having the undue favor of that. So the government also made the policies for this Indian exporter in that way, so the benefit should go to the labor. And now employer at the exporting factories, now employers at the exporting factories, they should also take care of this labor and giving them definitely the overtime wages for overtime, if they are getting work done over overtime, and definitely their labor their working hours should be fixed in this way. And multinational corporation, what the thing they can do, definitely they should take care of the all these labor who are working over there and giving all the benefit to them. And workers can be what the workers can get, or they can for getting the fair share in the business or in the from the business, what they can be done. Workers should raise their voice against that, and definitely workers should go to the labor laws, or they can make the union, even labor union, so that they can enjoy the benefit or they can have their own rights. Now, and the next question is one of the present debate in India is whether the companies should have the flexible policies for employment. Based on what have you read in the chapter, summarize the point of view of the employer and worker. From the point of view of employer, definitely there is an Indian exporter. They are not having the order all through the year, so they are having the order, and they are now after that they will give the work as a job work done. to the worker. So this is a problem with the employer. And what is the problem with the worker? Worker has to work because now the domestic companies, many domestic company has been shut down. Now they have to work definitely for earning their livelihood. So definitely workers are to our workers are there to work, and they want the employment, so they are to work, they are to get their work done, or they are to they are to carry on their economic activity. From that they can earn by going to this or by joining this multinational corporation or Indian exporter, and definitely they are to suffer the exploitation in this way. So the main thing is there that entrepreneurship, all the entrepreneurship or business has to be run by the Indian companies. Definitely domestic companies, our domestic company should be upgraded. They should given some many benefit, like startup plans have been initiated by the Indian government nowadays, and they are they have been initiated in India, and banks are also supported the startup plans to start their domestic company or start up their companies in India, providing the employment over there. So this is the only solution. Now the struggle for fair globalization. Definitely for developing countries, they want fair globalization from the side of the developed nation. Now above evidence indicates that not everyone has benefited from the globalization. As you can see, workers are sufferer over there, domestic companies or domestic producer are sufferer over there. People with education, skill and wealth have made the best use of the new opportunities. On the other hand, there are many people who have not shared the benefit. Since globalization is now a reality, definitely you are the part of globalization because treaty has been signed by the government. Now cannot deny the globalization. The question is how to make globalization more fair. Fair globalization would create opportunities for all and also ensure the benefit of globalization are shared better. So this is the benefit of globalization. This is the question can arise. What is the benefit of globalization? The government can play a major role in making this possible. How? Its policy must protect the interest of all the stakeholders, not only the rich and powerful people, but also the people in the all the people in the country, whether they are rich or poor. You have read about some of the possible steps that the government can take. For example, for instances, the government can ensure that labor laws are properly implemented. And if there is a if now the Indian exporters are there and they are having job work done for a particular period, and that can be very small, so likewise definition of permanent worker should also be changed in this way, and that has been demanded by the workers from the last many years. Let's see what are the changes that has been implemented in the labor laws. Now the labor laws are properly implemented and the workers should get their right. It can support small producer to improve their performance till the time they become strong enough to compete. Definitely small producer are just they were given the benefit earlier also. Now even then the small producer should be given the benefit because technology in India regarding capital goods and all has not been upgraded. Now if necessary, the government can use trade and investment barriers again that can be used, and it can negotiate at the WTO for the fairer rules. Now WTO can be they can be asked for the fairer rule, and then Indian government can also starting the initiative for putting more barrier on this multinational corporation. Definitely it will decrease the foreign investment. It can also align with other developing countries with some interest to fight against the domination of the developed countries in WTO. So with the union of with the cooperation from other developing country, all the developing country can raise their voice against this developed nation in WTO, World Trade Organization. Now in the past few years, massive campaign and representation by people organization have influenced important decision relating to the trade and investment at WTO. This has demonstrated that people also can play a important role in struggle for this fair globalization. Definitely people should raise their voice if anything goes wrong. This is the picture which is showing the that is a demonstration against WTO in Hong Kong 2005. So now summing up, in this chapter we look at the present phase of globalization, and globalization is a process of rapid integration of all the countries. This is happening through great foreign trade and foreign investment. Trade means when the goods are moving from one country to another country, and when you're talking about investment, then investment means there is a coming of foreign investment into India so that multinational corporation can be started. Multinational corporation are playing a major role in globalization process. More and more multinational corporation are looking for locations around the world, and they are cheaper in all terms. As a result, production is being organized in complex way. So definitely one part of production is going in another country and other part in another country. So likewise, all the process of production are carrying on the different countries just to get the cheaper cost for the cost of production. Technology Particularly, IT has played a major role in the organizing production process. Definitely, we are having the upgraded technology. If you want to make your production complex, or why you are making your production complex, because the multinational corporation getting their work done, all the process of production in different countries. Now, addition, liberalization of trade and investment has facilitated globalization by removing barriers to trade and investment, and at the international level WTO has put pressure on developing countries to liberalize trade and investment. Definitely that is a pressure from the WTO on developing countries, and so that is why in Russia, in Hong Kong, there was a voice against this you can say domination of this. They are dominating WTO, or by the there is domination of WTO by the developed nation. While globalization has benefited well-off consumer and also producer with skill, education and wealth, many small producers and workers are suffer over there as a result of the rising competition. Fair globalization would create opportunities for all and also ensure that the benefit of globalization are shared better. So that is all with your chapter. All the positive and negative part of the globalization has been discussed over there. So this is the summing of your all this chapter of globalization.